Wasn't that clever?
Very, very good.
It was like the dinosaur at first, and then the evil poodle, and then it goes into the crazy cat and that cinematic. I have the best time in my world, I gotta tell you. Hi everyone. It's good to
Hi,
see you.
everybody.
Oh gosh, this is great. I'm gonna start. Yes, Ness, I have you first. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. And as you know, shopping. Well, Maria Has Perfect Health is coming in on a new channel. It's shopping. I don't know how to say the other stuff. And then we got Marby. It's good to see you, my dear. Joyful Journey. SR. Hello, hello. Cynthia Smith. Maria is still here on a different channel. And I've got Ness, of course. What, Anna? Good to see you. You live in Northeast Philly, where the plane crashed. It looks like a war zone. I bet it does. I'm so sorry for that. That it's traumatizing to the city. I feel bad for you. God bless. And here we go. I'm just making sure I didn't miss it. Karen, I don't want to miss you. Karen Doriel. And you do know that Allie's having that members only with the dowsing. She's having everyone. This is a heart and soul connected. All of her members are going to go out and get like dowsing rods, and they're all going to meet on Zoom and play with them. And Maureen, good to see you, my dear. Good to have you. Cynthia, I think I have it. Kathy, we know you. Hello, Kathy. And April, that's a new name for me. I think I see it every week, and then I say April. That's a new name for me. I don't know why.
I said happy birthday to April last week, but I don't think she was
You
in on
think
the
she was
live
here
stream.
last week?
I don't think so because I didn't see her name come up.
Because we were, yes, but I think we were talking about somebody. Was it April? I can't remember what I did this morning, let alone last week. Hi, Lalit. It's good to see you. You look fresh as a daisy. Here it is in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Wilted daisy, maybe. But I'll be feeling better by the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Do.
Yeah, that's because we got the vibes coming in, the wonderful vibes. And so, what we're going to do, as always, is hand it over to Lalit, and she's going to tell us how next week's going to end up on our front door. And I'm going to move out of the way. And you've got a visual, I think you need to.
I do have a visual, but I'll just speak for just a minute and then put it on. So, hi, everybody. I've got good news for the week, and it's going to be a very light astrological explanation in the sense that everything's going to be plain English, easy to understand, no astrology mumbo jumbo whatsoever, really at all. And I'm going to start with just a little shot of that I'm putting on first because I want people who tune into the show to be able to go back to this, and it'll be right at the beginning of our presentation so they can get a screenshot on your phone. I want you to put a screenshot on your phone because then you can take that screenshot out tonight or any night this month. It will still be valid so that you can hold it up to the sky and be able to identify what you're seeing. It's very cool because we have that famous planetary parade that is 6 planets now. Will be joined by Mercury later on. And this map will be useful. So get a screenshot of it. I'm going to just hold it up on the screen and describe for a minute what's happening. And you're going to look to the southwest of the sky. Just look. That's easy to know where it is if you just look to the place where the sun would set, wherever your location is. Where would the sun set? Look over there, and everything will be moving in that direction and will be setting there. So throughout the night, the planets will move. And this screenshot is for approximately 8:30 p.m. your local time, which is a really good time to see the show. But you'll have to look after sunset, look to the southwest of the sky. And when you look there, this is what you're going to see. And put as a screenshot on your phone, and then you can hold your phone up and compare. So if you look to the very right, there's a circle with Venus and Saturn together. They are conjunct. You see what a conjunction means. Those two planets are right next to each other. My pointer doesn't really work on this screen, so I hope you can see it. It's over in the right, and it has a red circle around it. It says Venus and Saturn. That's the first thing in the right. So that will be the thing that's closest to the sun. In fact, Venus never gets more than 45 degrees away from the sun, and Mercury is like less than 30 degrees because they're within our orbit. You know, we're the third planet out. When we look at Venus and Mercury, we always have the sun nearby from our perspective, right? So Venus and Saturn are the first one on the right. Then Neptune is in a circle right next to it, but you can't see it because you're not going to be able to see that unless you have a telescope or something, really strong pair of binoculars. Looking over to the left, the next thing up is Uranus. Again, that one is not going to be visible to the naked eye, but if you have a telescope or strong binoculars, you can point it there. The next thing over is Jupiter. And so there's, what is that? Might be, no, it's not Sirius, but Jupiter is right there next to Uranus. And then we've got Mars over here, the last one, and that's going to be the last one to set. So this is how things are going to work. You're going to be able to see all those ones that that we talked about. And if you look around 8:30, that's a really good time. But after sunset, when things are getting dark, did you see the sliver of the new moon last night there after sunset? Wow, that was fantastic. So that would have been to the right of Venus because it was getting ready to go down, right? So the moon is in this mix now. So you're going to be seeing the moon as a little tiny sliver, but it moves quickly. So each night it goes about 13 degrees. So it moves, so it's not in this diagram because it moves every day. So these will be visible until the last week of February. So this little screenshot that you take will be good for any evening you go out, and we'll show you where Mercury is going to be there later on. I'll show you that on another day. But so they start, Venus and Saturn are going to set first. So if you get out later than 8:30, they might already be gone. Okay, but later, if they're already gone because they've set, you'll be able to see Jupiter really bright in the sky. Notice Jupiter and Venus are both the two brightest planets. They're very bright. So if you go out later, you'll still see Jupiter, but it will have moved more to the right where Venus is located. The star Sirius is right underneath it. Sirius. Sirius is close to it. And Betelgeuse, which is getting ready to go nova, we're thinking. And Mars is the last one. Now it's going to be up so late that it's going to set just before sunrise. So that is something that you can watch and have fun with, and keep that on your phone because you're going to be outside at some point this month and be able to see all these beautiful things. And this is this photo is actually maybe closer to 8:30 or 9:30 local time. And as the night proceeds, everything will move to the right. There you go. So I just wanted you to have that little picture so you can look up at the sky and enjoy that. And it's a rare kind of occurrence, and we'll be adding Mercury to that also. Okay, so talking about our aspects this week, I have some happy news because tomorrow, February 1st, I'm going to declare my first Lalit's official happy day of the month. So tomorrow has a wonderful, beautiful thing. We have got Neptune and Venus. Remember how you couldn't see Neptune because the circle was blank? You won't be able to see it because it's so small. But Neptune and Venus are conjunct tomorrow. And they are conjunct in the sign of Pisces. Now, Neptune rules Pisces. It's a beautiful, magnificent conjunction. It's in the sign which is ruled by Pisces, which Pisces rules Neptune, and Venus used to be the ancient ruler of Pisces until Neptune was discovered. And they're both planets that they have a real similar vibe, so they reinforce each other. Now think of what that Venus and Neptune are both very happy in Pisces. It's their natural place to be, so they're home, and they're going to just be very, very giving out just beautiful vibes. And think of the things that Venus and Neptune both represent. Both of them represent creative things. They're very feminine and sweet, sensitive, intuitive, empathic. Neptune in particular is the ruler of the film industry, and Venus is artistic things, arts. All of this is for writing or whatever you do that's a creative endeavor. It could be decorating your home and making something beautiful. It has to do with beauty, harmony, artistic, intuitive things, your inspiration, and your dream life. Dreams are ruled by Neptune. So if you don't have a dream journal, get it out. And I wanted to show you my yogi tea that I got. I got some kava tea. It's been really helped. Really, in my dreams have just magnified so much since I've been drinking this tea at bedtime. Kava tea, Kava. On Amazon, they have a version called yogi tea, which adds some other good herbs and spices that make it taste good too. And anyway, your dream life is going to be fantastic with that. And this week is wonderful. Now, this aspect improves all of the things in that area. It is romantic, love, inspiration, creativity. This would be really good for channeling something creative, and good artists that are really tuned in and in the zone. And I'm a professional musician all my life, and I know there are times that you just tune into the zone and you are channeling. You don't even know what you're not in. Things just happen naturally and you're not thinking about it, and that's when things are so beautiful. So this effect is going to last a while. It's perfect tomorrow, and it's applying now, so we're already starting to feel it. But Venus is starting to slow down because it has already entered its shadow and it's preparing to turn retrograde. We talked about this last week because it's going to be in one area of the zodiac for like 6 months. So it's going to move forward until February 4th is when it stations, and it won't get far from Neptune. So it'll still be conjunct by astrological standards. Then it slows down, stations, and then it goes backwards, and it'll make the perfect conjunction to Neptune again on its way back out of Pisces, because it's going to go out of Pisces and into Aries. This will happen on February the 4th, that it becomes station. So, and if you're thinking, station means that, like when Mercury goes retrograde and maybe the things that pertain to Mercury are a little bit on a pause. Well, this is why I want to say to people like SR, here's a message for you. I know you want to write a love letter, just a nice romantic little note, nothing heavy. Just keep it light and friendly and loving, and just something romantic. Tomorrow's the day you want to send that letter. So I wanted to mention that we all can benefit from this affirmation. I'm sure many of you have done this little tiny few word affirmation. I am worthy. So I would like to, affirmations have power when you repeat them together as a group. So as a group, I'm going to ask you to say together with me, I am worthy. And then we're going to add something to it. So take an in, breathe in and say it with me. I am worthy. Feel that in your heart. Now we're going to say, I am worthy, and I am going to reward myself February 1st. Are you ready? I am worthy, and I am going to reward myself February 1st. Tomorrow, make yourself a treat. Could be a little reward. And if you don't have to, it doesn't have to cost much money or time. You could do something very, very appropriate, like taking a nice bubble bath. What Venus and Neptune would definitely agree with that. That doesn't take much to do that. And I think you could do at least that for yourself. Do something kind and loving for yourself, because you are so very loved. You are part of all that is, aren't you? All that is would not be all that is without you. You are necessary to the whole. You have the kingdom of God within you, as Jesus said. So reward yourself tomorrow and do something that will make you happy, because tomorrow is a really great day for building on positive, loving, kind, generous vibrations, and give some to yourself because you deserve it. So do something fun for yourself, whatever that might be. Okay, do it. Tomorrow is a great day for that. So we want your report. We'll turn in the report to Debra, send her a little comment about what you did and how much fun you had. Now think of all the keywords for Venus and Neptune, what they are. They're all beautiful. So this is going to be effective for a little while. And the other thing that's happening a lot this month is the planet Uranus. I mentioned last week that after the new moon, I hope your new moon went well. I hope you did all your intentions, and that Uranus would become very powerful the day after the new moon and good for change. Well, Uranus, the planet of change, sudden, like it could be like the tower type change, or it could be a positive change that you've been waiting for. Something moves that you are happy with. Well, there's a lot of Uranus attitude in this for the next little period up to the full moon, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So on the same day that Venus stations retrograde, that is the 4th, Jupiter stations and goes direct. The Venus station and is going to go backwards. Jupiter stations and is now going to go forward. It has been going backward, and many of you have had Jupiter in a place where you've been stuck. So there, where you see Jupiter in your chart, it's in Gemini. So where is Gemini in your chart? I've got it on the cusp of the 7th house. So this is just between work and partnerships. So we're getting an opening in this area. Wherever you have it in your chart, you can expect things will start moving. Maybe you've been working on something and not seeing any results, and suddenly things will grow. Jupiter is the great benefic. So that's a good thing. And it's a snowball gathering momentum. Now, it's in Gemini. You know that our wonderful president, number 47, has a lot of Gemini influence in his chart, and Jupiter has been sitting there protecting him, stationary, and he's been getting some cover. This Jupiter is going to start moving, and it's going to pick up speed, and it's going to get out of Gemini. So I mentioned snowball. Well, in his case, You know, the first law of the universe is what you put out is what you get back. So he's not getting back white, glowy, beautiful things. I'd say it's more of the brown color. So it might be not a snowball, but a shitball effect for him, because it's going to hit him kind of hard. I'm suggesting he get a little raincoat, like the old man of the sea, you know, a slicker, or a fisherman's slicker, or a mac, they call it in London, something heavy duty, and maybe a tarp, because it's going to be heading his way big time, because this protection that he's been having up to now is on its way out. So this is be a good time for those of us who are creative and are writing, or it will help in this way, because you have Jupiter and Gemini, writing, communications, IT things that have to do with the computer industry, AI, all kinds of things are going to be really exploding. So you can get in on that, and this is a really wonderful thing. Add to that, Mercury is getting real close to the sun. So now we have Mercury, Kazimi is the word when it gets right on the sun, and that is February 9. Immediately followed by Mercury-Uranus square, February 10. We'll talk about this next time, so you don't have to write it down, but I want you to know building up to the full moon is going to be governed by Uranus. After that, the sun square Uranus, and on the 12th, the full moon. If you're in London, it'll be occurring on the 11th, because it's like 5 a.m. Pacific time. So Uranus is really active in a negative aspect with Mercury and with the sun, and you are going to find very unsettling full moon. And I say that for Donald Trump, things are going to be building up, starting, after the first week of February. Things are going to take a turn south for him, and there will be some negative changes. There's going to be a lot of pushback against him, some news he does not want to hear. And so for him, it's going to be, I think, a very intense time, and maybe not as dangerous as we saw that Uranus-Mars thing that was happening when it was a couple days before his Republican convention. You remember the attempt on him, and then the New Year's Day bomb on Trump Tower. It's not going to be maybe the Mars so much in those days, but I think anger is building up against him from his own group. So be ready for this 2 weeks governed by Uranus. Now, you know the key word of Uranus is change. So the key word for this 2-week period up to the full moon, which is very unsettling and going to cause a lot of changes. Expect the unexpected. So keep that phrase, put it on your mirror or something. Expect the unexpected. And of course, when it hits, you're going to say, well, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting something, but not that. So it's going to be kind of like that. Full moon, yes, for the orange one. Oh, yes. Going to be a very intense thing. And things are building up. He's building up a lot of resistance against him. So now, so you remember what's happening. We've got Venus and Neptune together. That is the part we want to focus on, because it's very spiritual, and it's really good about raising your vibrational level. So you want to be raising your vibrational level instead of putting your foot in the doo-doo in the other direction. So kind of be clear of that. So you're going to be very sensitive. Take a tiny daily dose of that, and don't let it get into your mind, because you want to keep your mind focused on the spiritual, higher vibration side, which is going to be wonderful. Do artistic pursuits. Put beauty around your household. Go to have a spa day, whatever. Beauty, art, creativity, spiritualism, and meditation, and all these things are the positive side of this aspect. We will have unsettling times the following week. So next Friday, we'll talk about that. the Uranus part. That's going to be, you're standing on quicksand. I had a friend in the desert in San Diego that there was an earthquake and a big crack opened up in his property. I mean, a big, huge crack in the ground. Imagine how terrible that would be. Not going to be that bad, but for us, there will be surprises. Okay, so that's the summary of the week and all the way up to the full moon. We'll do more full moon next time.
Wow. After you gave us permission to have a treat tomorrow, I stopped listening to you. And I was thinking,
you can get it. You can watch the replay. Okay, we want to hear from everybody what you did for yourself tomorrow. Okay, what you did and how did you enjoy it? That's right. Very sensual.
Big
sensual. All of you involve all of the senses. And SR, you write that love letter, and so have it be. Music and art have been a lifeline for me. Yes, Maria. Me too. Without music, I'd have been a goner. Really picks you up when you're down. So
we had an interesting question. Oh, first of all, Pure Joy is saying she's having a hard time sleeping.
Yes, we're being bombarded by energies from the universe. And I mentioned last week about sleep. One hint is to put your head pointing south. And if you're a real creative person, maybe a little southwest, but have your head pointing to the south so you're lined up with the magnetic field in such a way that it doesn't cause you the sleep disturbance and it's more calming. Go to Amazon and get yourself some yogi tea and drink it drink it like an hour before bedtime. It's not anything strong, but it needs about an hour really to really kick in. And you'll find that your sleep is really deep, more tranquil, less anxiety. You feel so relaxed, and your dream realm is just so active and wonderful. So that kava tea really is a fantastic thing. So get yourself some of that Pure Joy, and having your head in the south, and that tea should. And there are some I listened to some tapes on YouTube. There's a hypnotist called Paul McKenna. He has an excellent sleep video. Paul McKenna, McKenna. And then I listened to, there's this Irishman who tells stories in a sleep voice. I've been listening to the past few nights. I've been listening to Alice in Wonderland. He's reading Alice in Wonderland, but most of his stories are his own creation, and his name, I'll get it and put it up for you.
Cheddar Bay biscuits. We're still talking about our treats. So
give me those biscuits.
So I do have a suggestion, or no, not a suggestion. Something that happens to me I have a rough night sleeping when I resist going to bed when I'm tired. So I've talked myself out of going to bed at a time thinking, oh, it's too early, or I just want to finish this one thing, and that one thing is going to take me at least 2 hours, or I get hooked on TikTok and shorts. So then
that's the end of you.
That's right. And so then all of a sudden it's 11. I don't stay up that late. It's 11. I go to bed and it's like I toss and turn. So I decided to just, no matter what time it is, and that's one of the ways I've been living my life, is that I go to bed when I'm tired. I wake up when I'm rested, and I eat what I want when I want. The treat tomorrow.
I don't going to bed when I'm tired is not enough for me. I have to set a limit to say, past this hour, no more TV. And just shut it off. Put an alarm on and say, I got to turn it off, because I will not turn it off. I won't get tired.
I noticed that.
I'm awake. So
I noticed that with me too. It's the only thing.
So say, man, at a certain time, it turns off no matter what. You can make a playlist for tomorrow, and you'll be okay. If you keep watching, you're gonna keep watching, and you will not get any sleep. So turn it off.
Look at this. Maureen goes to bed at 3 a.m. You're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
What? You are too?
Yeah.
Embolic blessings to all. Thank you so much, Charlie.
The guy who does the sleep stories is named Stephen Dalton. He's an Irishman. And he has the most wonderful voice, and he's got a wonderful magnetic sound in his voice that's so calming, and he makes original stories that are cool. And then I'm listening to Alice in Wonderland. I don't think, and I find, and it really puts you in a beautiful spot. His stories are all of a positive nature to help you have tranquility. I think this guy's really a gem. He's a sweetheart.
Maureen says his voice is beautiful.
His voice is beautiful and his spirit is sweet.
We got someone resisting you. We have someone resisting you. No. When you're watching a mystery, that's right.
Don't start the mystery that late. That's the ticket. You can put it, save it. I have a play, you can put it to watch later, or I save things on playlists. So don't start it. Don't start any mystery.
Yeah.
Anything that's going to stimulate your brain.
There's another
question. Really bad.
Doggone it! I was gonna. Oh yes. Okay, I did understand. Somebody said that there was a Kathy second plane crash tonight. So what that is, so that was a medevac plane in Philly that crashed. It looked like it was in a building. I didn't read about it, but you know what that is. So can you imagine the overwhelm those air traffic controllers are feeling to have not one, but two? So we need to comfort them. There's other reasons. We can point to a whole bunch of things why they made the choices they made. Okay. And that helps. You kind of figure it out. But
no one dies when it's not their time, remember.
Yeah, it's hard when it's right in front of you.
It's hard to go with that. When I was I remember I was like in 6th grade, and I read a story that was called The Bridge on the San Luis Rey. And this story is there these people that are crossing one of those bridges between a ravine. It was those that are made of rope, you end up holding. And like so long ago, 6 people I think die. I'm not sure. But the story retraces their lives to that point and shows why it was necessary in their life to have this encounter.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
And that I read that when I was in the 6th grade, and it remains such a image. I think about that to this day. Yeah. I may not have the story exactly right because I haven't read it recently, but I remember it's so profound, and it's so true. So know that the people on those planes were their life path.
This is small. Can you imagine the agreement prior to incarnating? So I'm backing up a little farther than the individual and looking at the bigger picture of something. This has to happen to draw attention to what the need, the understaffing. He fired the guy that was supposed to be in charge of that. FAA.
Saying that he was going to make it safe, and that he was going to make
it because he replaced him with someone else who now has all this. But you can't just throw one person under the bus. They're understaffed, and now they have anxiety of losing their jobs. And it gets big. And it was a med flight paramedic. With a patient. Oh my gosh. With a pediatric patient. Oh my gosh. So before incarnating, if it's not like real karma or anything. I'm not talking about that, but it's like incarnating, saying there needs to be a loud statement during this time in American history. Would you be a part of that? And I don't know. I don't understand why everything's happening, but I know for sure that when I die, I'll know everything.
And
So,
you knew it before, you just forgot. Right? You knew you were getting into this, and you knew that you could help out as you are. You say, "All right, send me in, coach.
I don't. I'm doing
I
this
got
for.
it. I got it. Send me in."
I'm doing
You
this
did that.
for totally selfish reasons. I am totally selfish. I only do what I want to do most of my life. If I have to do something like paperwork, then
Lucky
I
for us.
complain a
Lucky
lot.
for us, you want to help people.
Oh yeah, I do want to
So
help,
that
but
is,
I do it for
Deborah, that
selfish
is not.
reasons.
No, no,
No,
no,
because
no, no, no.
when I help
Copyright
someone,
here.
I feel so good. It's like food for my heart.
Selfishness is not the word for this, Deborah. Because
I
you get joy out of
do.
helping people does not make you do it for selfish reasons. You get joy from this. This is your passion. This is what you have to do. You must do it because you're called to do it.
That's
This is
right.
your path. I love it so much. So you're a fortunate person who has discovered a thing that gives them joy. That doesn't
Yeah.
make you selfish. That means you're doing the right thing.
But I have
That's not
such a
selfish.
perfect life. As I am so blessed. I have every
You
day
are,
is
but
so perfect.
you are, because look what you're doing. And so the universe backs you up in that,
Yeah, maybe
because
so.
you're on your path, and your path is for the benefit of others. So everybody wins in
It,
that
it, it
situation.
sure took many, many decades to get here. I had to do the stuff wrong first, a lot, and then I stopped.
Yeah, we've all been there, or are still there. We got one foot in the quicksand, and the other one at the beach. Maybe, we're doing part way, but we're all but that's it, Deborah. It's your joy, it's your passion, and it's your calling. Once you find your calling and what you're really drawn to, you just follow that, and trust that the universe will support you in your path.
Yeah, yeah,
And I feel the same as you, Deborah. I am as happy as a clam, and really every day is a happy day.
yeah. It
Could
is.
be could be like tearing my hair out, but I look at
I know.
I look at it and I say, really, that went the best. This is the best day possible.
I know. It could be better if I had enough money to hire a housekeeper.
Oh yeah, let's not go there. But I've
I'd
given up
rather do
because
this than housekeep.
I will not put my camera around the room for you to see. In fact,
It's a
Deborah
sign
asked me
of
to lower my
genius.
camera, and I said I'm not putting it any lower because then you're going to see the garbage.
It's a sign of genius, I'm sure. Oh my
Oh
God, what a
man.
life was it? Such a good time. Oh, I guess we should get to
Can we
some
all relate to
questions.
this? Raise your hand. Okay. You are so very loved.
Yeah.
If you have a messy house, but you're doing your part for humanity, you're all
You go
you're
straight to
forgiven,
heaven.
my child. You're forgiven.
There we go, Maureen would say that I'm grateful for you all. I'm learning that I need to let go. But you back up far enough from the cray cray until you start thinking, oh, I'm not cold. I don't have to go to the bathroom. I'm not hungry. I
Yeah,
can
count your blessings.
just get back to the basics and say, oh, my feet don't hurt, or oh, my heart is beating well. It doesn't matter, but usually it's that brings me back if I go down twirling, because I can go crazy, I can, but then it's such a bother. It takes up so much time.
And
So
Maureen has such a nice last name. Her last name in Italian means of the friend. She's of friendship, of love, of
D'Amico.
friend.
Oh, D'Amico.
Amico, yeah. Amico
D'Amico.
is friend, and the letter D means of. So the lady of
Oh,
friendship of. Like d'amore would be of love. D'amico is of friendship.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Rose says, I love my life, even when, you had the flu, no guilt
Oh,
for laying around.
no.
See, now you have to work on no guilt laying around when you're healthy. Okay.
Like
Foxy.
tomorrow, if you want to do whatever, do it.
Treat time,
Give
treat
yourself
day,
a treat.
treat day, treat day. Ice cream for me. I am grateful for what I have. It's making me happy. I have all what I need and most of what I want. Because I did that. Oh gosh. I'm
That's
just
true
looking here.
abundance. That's true abundance.
Uh-oh. We all need chocolate. Stat.
Chocolate stuff.
Okay, Ness. Yes, I'm getting to you. Donated. God bless you. Thank you so much. You are the first question. Let's get down to beeswax here.
Yes. Okay.
So,
Yes.
pull cards. As soon as I saw your question, I am really down today and want to be both pragmatic while making space for hope. Okay. So I wanted to bring out my Lenormand deck. I will do the tarot because I know you're a tarot girl. And I got the woman first, which is a good start. And the next was the hidden wisdom, the book. What's the next one? Anchoring. So it looks like you're pretty supported. Oh, so I've got the snake here. The snake would be just like the idea of depression or feeling down. And I know how you feel. I think I've felt this way before where when you are deep in it, you're afraid it's going to stick and not lift because it's probably done that before. So it does look like I'm a tarot girl in a tarot world. That's funny. It sounds like that looks like a opera. Let me grab my deck here and pull some. Yes, you have Ness, you have accomplished so much, and I still have some distance to go. I know what that feels like as well. I'm sorry, I keep saying I know you, but I think of that because I've taken on. I usually don't have tasks that take a lot of time, but writing a book really does take a lot of time. And then there's the next step and the next step. And I'm not one for delayed gratification. My cycle of reward is about an hour. I'll do something and then I want rewarded for it right away. But you are tenacious, and I know that you have a lot to go. But you know what? The other readings we had, there are some bounty coming, some good fortune coming around for you to help you pick up. And so what I have here, Three of Wands. It gets so good with the Three of Wands. And I know that we've had it before. The Three of Wands is looking at your future all the way to. So your vision is long-term, where you're headed. Every step is towards that vision long-term. And it is a very positive card. And it does look like you're taking a pause. Some people say you have to make a decision with the Two of Swords. I don't read it that way. It's almost like spirit saying, rest your mind. Take a break from all the thoughts. And then I do have the Magician. So you have everything you need to pull yourself out of this. And it's do all the tricks in the book, including brushing your teeth and hair with the non-dominant hand, because it's a brain thing, right? So kind of try that. Oh, you pulled the Magician as well. Awesome.
I got 3 cards.
Yay. We're ready.
I'd like to hear what you have to say about these. These are the astrology cards now, but they are each one is equivalent to the. I mean, taken from the main tarot deck. So for significator for you, Nessa, representing you, I got the Sun reversed.
Yes.
Term most powerful card you could have.
Over
But
here.
it's a little reversed, so maybe you have some self-doubt. You're not just
It
you
means
still
that
haven't achieved your fullest. But I think it's what Debra said. Take a breather, relax, because you really do have this. So don't worry, because
but I got to tell you, the Sun upright or reverse means the same.
Means the same. It's
Yeah.
really powerful. So she's just got a momentary little feeling of doubt creeping in, which we all get. We all get it. This too, that will pass. Now, look at this. I mean, these three cards are really something. The second one, the Queen of Wands. There's another thing saying you have all the power to do whatever it is you want to accomplish. So you'll go forth fearlessly and accomplish anything you want. And the third one, for the coup de grace, we have this in this deck is ruled by the moon. The High Priestess is reversed. So this might be High Priestess.
Ah.
High Priestess reversed. So this would, I think, indicate your moment of doubt here, because I think you're usually a very optimistic person going full steam ahead. And that's more your nature. So this is a momentary pause. Now, we talk about Neptune and Venus being together. The thing about Neptune is a little bit nebulous and dispersed and vague, and can be, it could indicate with things in your chart, if it were on Saturn or something, a vague sense of depression and being down. So you could look at your chart and see where you think that might be happening, but that could contribute to a vague sense of not knowing which path to take, and a vague sense of uncertainty and a little bit down. But I don't think it's going to last. I think things all will be revealed, and you'll be back to yourself soon.
You know, I have an idea. My idea about the High Priestess.
Yeah.
And so the High Priestess knows everything. She's a very spiritual. She knows every step, your blueprint, the condition of how you're moving things around, the synchronicity of life. She knows everything, but she doesn't tell you much. She only tells you enough for the next couple steps. When she comes in reversed, it's like you're on your own, kid. I'm sorry to say that, but I mean, that's maybe some of the emptiness you're feeling because you're so connected spiritually, that the High Priestess is saying, nope, this is for you to feel inside and out. But there is a sacred space in being down. There's a very unique type of grace around you, and it won't let you down. We've got you.
And the wave will reach its lowest point before it begins to rise.
Yeah. I hope that helps, Ness. You mean a lot to us and in the community. We look forward to seeing you.
We love you.
Absolutely.
You're always so kind and giving and contributing so much. And this, just because of your nature, will come back to you tenfold.
So keep showing up. We will worry about you if you don't show up. We'll come looking for you.
Back in the old hippies day, we'd say, keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking, baby. Marvin is here. A general reading, please. I love general readings. In fact, I have a pop-up coming in tomorrow, which is quite unique. I'm going to have general readings only. And the people who are in my class are going to be there too. So it's the first time we've ever done that. And I hope everyone decides to show up. That would be great. It's at 11:45. We're going to start at 11:45 Pacific time.
I'm teaching all morning. I can't be there.
Well, you can always type in your general, type your name saying just general, because you don't have to have a question for general. But here's a general, and I'm going to tell you. So So how I do a general, of course, as I've told you, the first card out just tells me the topic Spirit wants to address. Doesn't matter what the card is. If it's a major card, that means they want to address your spiritual health. If it's a wands, which it is now, we're going to talk about your body moving, movement, action. So it shows, and then the reading actually begins the next card. And the next card is the 10 of Swords, saying you're afraid to kind of move along because you're afraid of making a mistake. It's like, but it's not making a mistake. It's just like you don't have the emotional bandwidth for anybody's crap. And so it won't take much if you're feeling the 10 of Swords close to you. It doesn't take much for you to feel like people aren't worth it. It's like that, because sometimes we feel like we've lost faith in humanity, that type of thing. And so that's all that Spirit is saying. And it will be revealed. I've got the moon after that. Now this could be the timing of the moon that's drawing us here, and for your action, because remember, this is all about movement. And the moon is saying that it might be a moon cycle, or it could be the timing of the moon that we have now. Thank goodness we have Lalit here to know more about that. And then the third one is love, messages of love with others. So if you're feeling down, I'm going to sum it up like this. If you're feeling down and you just say, oh, I can't stand humanity. I can't believe that, you know how we get down with the news and stuff like that. It looks like Spirit is saying, because of the moon, try to self-discipline and not listen to the news as much, and not go too far into the 10 of Swords.
Well, I got Justice. So you are not feeling things are right or going your way, and you're feeling in a state of, you're right now, things are not the way you want, and you're at an impasse. You're trapped. We have here, this is just like the it's 8 of Swords, just like in the Rider-Waite, but this is ruled by Jupiter. There is freedom here, because this trap, you are not really trapped. Even though you feel that you're free to go. You are free to move. You're free to move about the cabin right now. You really are. You are free if you could only see and take a little pause. We have the Hanged One. It's not going to move right away. If this is your own, you will untie the knot and you'll be free. It's just a little pause on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I see those cards.
And I tell people that those of you who are reading or practicing reading, you can change a person. So let's say I throw cards and it looks to me like it'll predict the next most likely step a person will make. And is that step leaning towards her goals or away from her goals? So I can see that in the cards, right? So just instead of reading the cards to them, I just talk about that. It looks like something at the level of action needs to change, because it's your goals are cycling in and out of favor. So let's straighten the line. So before you even get through the whole reading, the attitude has changed, the perspective has changed. Just pull your cards off the table, reshuffle, and do it like that. So I don't know.
And like in this reading, the blindfold is off, and you see, oh, I'm not trapped like I thought I was. I can go that way.
Yay!
Yay!
Cynthia,
that's a really good point about reading cards, Deborah. That is so profound.
People, yeah, thank you. It's like listening to what's going on and seeing it. I love what I do. Thank you for that. So Cynthia says, I'm going on a cruise first week of March for 70th birthday. Congratulations. I would like to go back home to see my brothers. Will I be able to go home this year financially? If should she be able to afford to do it? I also want to go to South Haven, Mississippi, to see friends. You know what? I don't see why you can't do everything that you want. Because I've got the reverse of the reverse cups. It's, if it was upright, I'd say, oh, not all of that's based in reality. I don't think you can do all of that. But it comes in reverse. So all of this is doable. And I've got the 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled. And the message is temperance, which is patience. In other words, don't go into the future saying, oh, I got to find this money. I don't know if I can find this money, whatever. Just allow it to come to you. Yeah.
I get very clearly here, you see one is pointing forward, one is pointing to the, this is a yes, this is a maybe. So it's a yes, maybe at this point. It is not a firm yes, and maybe you might want to rethink it because you want to see your family. Maybe this is not the best time. There's going to be, you're saying in March, you're thinking about it in March. Well, we should look at your astrology for March. March is there's going to be some unsettling times ahead for us. So it might not be financially, things are going to be on a bit of a roller coaster, and there will be some unsettling times. So you might want to plan it for a happier time, maybe. But we'll look at that.
Let's go on the cruise. It's already paid for.
Well, the cruise, yeah, but she's talking
cruise,
about
first week of March. That's already paid for. Holy
that's paid for. We're talking about her brothers.
Oh yeah,
is that the best time?
And friends, yeah, and friends. So have them meet you halfway.
There you go.
So it's not as expensive for you. See, we got it all figured out.
Because the financial part is sort of halfway. So Deborah came up with the right plan halfway.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, I hope you make it. I hope you do it. Let's see. I don't know if you're still here. So SR. 2 weeks ago, I had a special date with P, her person of interest. Will we have this again soon? Will I see him next week? So I do get a yes on that straight up.
I got a yes. Yes, SR. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a yes.
And some of those are major cards too. So I think you're going to, it's going to swing back into alignment. It's just a little bit of a glitch.
Dropped a little of aromatic fragrance or in your love letter you're going to send tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever anything goes.
A little bit of your perfume on it.
Ooh, that's sexy. How do you know about those things? I did hear you curse earlier, and the room filled with flowers. She's such an angel. She is such an angel that when she curses, the room fills with fragrance, beautiful fragrance. Who is my Native American ancestor? You know what? I can't answer that. I can't even begin with that because it's I go very deep into the Akasha and I need a couple of days to make a report. So it's something like that I won't be able to read.
Yeah, that's a very important question. You know, these days that we have this Neptune Venus thing would be a good day for you to do some self-hypnosis and get into the spirit realm. There's a beautiful meditation that Stuart Wilde uses where you watch the raven fly and you see where he lands, but you can do some investigating on your own, see what feelings what you feel, see anything.
Yeah, I had a regression for Life Between Lives with Michael Newton. Is that anyway? And his technique is to just go really into it's deeper than this, but go into a deep meditation and then imagine yourself going through a curtain or a walkway or a portal of some sort, and then look at your shoes, your feet. and start your awareness at your feet in your imagination and then move up. So I'm not saying that when you do that, the Native American guide will be there or ancestor will be there to help you. I'm not sure, but it's something you can try.
You'll go back to roots of some sort.
Yeah. That is. And thank you for being forgiving on that, Maureen. Won't be able to do that. Hypnicity. How can I reframe February to flip it from distressing to positive? Because it hasn't happened. We really are the master of. I know astrology says, whoa, everything's going to be bad.
I didn't say it was depressing. I said quite the opposite.
Well, that, yeah. Depressing. Well, I stopped. You probably did. I stopped listening after treat day, but so you have to reframe it because it hasn't happened yet. And one thing I'd suggest everyone do is to go on a news diet, but do it just for one day if you can, and just to prove to yourself you can. And I said to somebody today, don't care if JFK gets in or not. Don't care. So I think once we release that from our exterior, because we can't control that, I think it'll flip.
Always remember that it's not what happens around you that matters. It's how you feel about it. And you are the captain of that ship.
Yeah.
You can take a situation and create your own feelings about it. And that is where you need to keep yourself in a good, happy place, no matter how the floor is moving around you. You really can. You really are, and you really can. Yes, you can. So learn to control your emotional state.
And Craig, thank you very much. Craig, JFK, sorry, RFK. Sorry about that.
Well, I was just thinking JFK. That was a much happier thought.
I know. So here we go. So Hypnicity says, hi, my mom, grandmother, cousin, each passed on 2-3 in different years. So if you believe what you've been doing all this time with your metaphysics and know that there's life after death, that will help. My suggestion is to watch every near-death experience video on YouTube.
I have a concrete idea for you. In astrology, there are something called Sabian symbols. And this is something that is a channeled piece of information regarding the metaphorical feeling image for each degree of the zodiac. So they would have died with the sun in the same degree. So you want to look up that degree in the Sabian symbols and see what the metaphor image is of that might tie them together.
So that would be quite interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what. I will bring you that symbol next week. February 3rd in different years.
Yeah. Okay. So I knew you'd get her going.
Yeah.
I knew
all right. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm just looking for a pin that'll write. So and you might put in the chat the years, just in case, sometimes in some years something unusual happens.
But you know what? You could also just go to Lalit and pay for a little of her time to go into this, so you can support her. And I know you're very, very generous. But that's Sabian stuff and all the different.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is, and I really know that when you go, it's just like me and other numbers and all that stuff. When you get down that rabbit hole, it's like time flies.
It's a beautiful image. Kind of, if you've ever looked at the I Ching, the Chinese oracle, of where you throw the sticks or the coins and then you look it up in the I Ching book to see what the reference is. It's kind of like that. And it's interesting.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. We've got one more. It's pure joy. Oh, wait a minute. We've already had pure joy. She was the one that
We have
pure
no
joy. But
much pure joy.
pure joy is where the one that couldn't sleep at night. We gave her all that advice because we're so good at that for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, so Cynthia, oh yeah, Cray. Craig says, Maureen, I hope you'll find what you're looking for. With me, all I got was mean looks. Don't get uppity with us. That's interesting. So you are starting to do your share your visions. I like that, Craig. I like that very much. Well, this has been so fun. Time flies when we're talking about treats.
Treats tomorrow. Treats for everybody. Treat for you. Treat for everybody. Gets treats tomorrow.
Mine is going to be ice cream.
How all about it.
Mine's going to be ice cream, and I think I'm going to have a topping too. I just don't know which ones, but I'll tell you next week. Oh my goodness, everyone, we love you. If you need us, we're here. Lalit can give you a reading or find out where your Jupiter's good, Neptune or Saturn is.
Or you might be being afflicted at this moment by a bad transit. Astrology vibrations at Gmail, and that's plural. Astrology vibrations all over the place. Vibrations at Gmail.
You're saying, hey, I need some time.
Debra helped me get a new calendar program, and I'm almost set up for that, so you'll be able to book easier, but not ready for prime time quite yet. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
The hard part is done.
The email works. Air hugs. Oh, thank you so much. And
Cynthia, blessings to you all. Have a happy month day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Happy day
for that cruise.
Have a happy day. Do your best. We do have some Uranus sliding in around there, so
that means it's a bigger Sunday. That means it's a bigger bowl of ice cream when that's how I read it. Aquarius. Love you guys. See you later.